All right, what's up, Michigan? I normally do not get an opportunity to work on the state champs women's side of these interviews, but Kara and the crew were getting the show together since we're in tournament time here and getting towards the state finals. They are busy, but I wanted to make sure that we had this interview today. My name is Lorne Plant. I'm coming off the bench to bring you this edition of State Champs Women's Hangtime Chalk Talk, presented by the men and women representing the Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan. Today, I am joined by the girls basketball head coach of the Frankenmuth Eagles, Jospeh Jacobs. Coach, we are on the precipice of the girls' Final Four, and I know you need to get the team ready, so thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And certainly as a girls basketball coach, we appreciate the love. So nice to talk to you guys.
Absolutely. Well, your Eagles are in the Final Four for the first time, I believe, in about 27 years. Not much time to enjoy it before you're back at it, but you defeat a 20-win Houghton team Tuesday night, 52-36. I believe Frankenmuth is now 24-2 on the season. Talk a little bit about your quarterfinals victory.
Yeah, so just, you don't know what you get, especially from, a lower peninsula team to an upper peninsula team.
Right.
When you watch film, we're fortunate to have a lot of game tape, NFHS nowadays and some other coaches that played them, but you don't know what you're going to get, right? So you're going to get some hard-nosed kids that work really hard, and that's exactly what we saw. I think it was a game where if you can come out in the first couple minutes and withstand the pressure of the game, you feel comfortable with the team you have. And certainly, our girls did that. I think we got a bucket the first possession or two, got a couple stops, a steal, a turnover. And, we were pretty much in control most of the night. They made a run late in the third. We had a 3 at the buzzer to go up 8, start the fourth quarter. So really just, a tough, hard-nosed opponent. We certainly respected them, and we're certainly happy to get the victory to go to the Breslin Center.
So the Lady Eagles were good before you got the job, but, I believe you've really done a great job since your return to Frankenmuth, and we'll get quickly into your history at the school and the area in a minute. But third season in a row, I believe you've gone undefeated in the Tri-Valley East Conference. What's different, though, about this year's team that has seen the most postseason success in over 2.5 decades?
Yeah, I think, it's a combination, Lauren, of some leadership. We have 3 captains that have all been in a quarterfinal, which is tremendous. I mean, yesterday we started 3 sophomores, a junior and a senior. And so, between our senior, Lexi Boyke, was committed and signed to go to Central Michigan University. Mia McLaughlin is another captain. She's verbally committed, a junior, to Ferris State. And then a senior, Tiffany Keller, who's going to be a softball player at the next level. They've been in these situations, so they can attest to how difficult these games are. We lost by 3 points last year to Ludington in the quarterfinal, where we didn't play particularly well. So our motto this year was ... We're 3 points short.
Right.
So we wanted to use and use their leadership to guide us, right? So at this point of the season, they're tired of hearing me and tired of hearing our coaches. So let them lead by example, and they've done it. I mean, the last 2 weeks we've certainly hit our stride. We're playing well, and it's the right time of year to do that.
Absolutely, and what a great testament to those captains and to the other team who have kind of ridden through this wave for you and are getting a chance to taste the Breslin Center and who knows beyond that where you guys will end up. So yourself, Coach, you were a 96 3-sport All-Stater during your time at Frankenmuth, football, basketball, track, took the football team to the state semifinals. And on a side note, I know it must have been tough seeing Frankenmuth get to the state finals 2 of the last 3 years to Ford Field, only to lose it because this year was so close. Such a close game. Yeah, it was a good game. But you played QB at Saginaw Valley State, then Division II's Emporia State, which is in Kansas, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you were selected, I believe, to the NCAA Division II All-Star Game. Did you achieve everything you wanted to as an athlete? Certainly seems like you had a great time.
One thing, Lauren, that I consider, and one of the reasons why, one of the many reasons why I love coaching is, I look back, and you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, it's been 27 years since Frankenmuth has made the state championship game, Final Four, and so I graduated in '96, so I was used to that. So you're kind of aging me a little bit here, but I look back at high school and, time of my life, right? I mean, I would give anything to go back to high school right now, have homework, have to study for a test. I mean, just that's what you want the kids to understand is this is awesome. This is great. You don't get to redo this. But, to your question, I think that I didn't work as hard as I probably should have, or would have. And so I think that's why I love coaching today, is to try to get the most out of kids and their abilities, so that they can look back, 5-10 years from now and say, I'm glad I listened to coach, or maybe I can have an impact in their life more so than going to the Breslin Center. And so, I think, having success in athletics, as a student athlete, certainly, helps me mentor or prepare the student athletes that are here today to success.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm class of '88, so you date me even further there, Coach. So, but whether it was the Frankenmuth boys JV team in 2009 or later the Saginaw Nouveau boys varsity job, I think Clio, Flushing, you had a few stops.
Yep.
Did you always know you'd be coming back to Frankenmuth?
So again, being here, it's kind of crazy because you grow up in Frankenmuth and you think you have it rough, right? And so when you get away, you finally realize, how great this place and this community really is. How great this school district is, how great athletics are here, and and academics. So my wife is from Frankenmuth as well. And our family's are here in town, so it's kind of everything we knew, right? So we moved back into the community, started a family. Our children go to school here. I always wanted to be home, quote
Right.
unquote. The opportunity came, 3 seasons ago, when the job opened up, and I was a boys coach previously, as you mentioned. The big thing was, can I coach girls, right? And it's different, but it's not, right? So girls want to win just like boys do. They want you to mentor them just like boys do. It's just a different size ball. So it's really. I wouldn't have it any other way. I love coaching girls. It's been a great change for me, and I'm 5 minutes from home. Not even 5 minutes from home. So my family can be associated with the program as well. I have a daughter that's 11,
Right.
who looks up to these girls, right? So it's a big deal, and it's great to be home.
Yeah, absolutely. So not apprehensive at all in taking the girls' job.
No, I talked to a couple. I've been fortunate enough to meet several college girls coaches and some local high school coaches here. So just said, hey, you know what? You used to coach boys. Jeff Tungate at Oakland University
Yeah, I know, Jeff.
is a friend, and so I reached out to Jeff because he helped Greg Campy for a number of years, and then took over the girls program at Oakland. So just had some dialogue like that with other coaches, just like, hey, am I crazy for thinking about this? Is this perfect? What's the situation? And everything pointed, from all the communication and just, being home, that this was the right thing to do. And, I had to be offered the job too. So we had to interview, and
Right.
I'm sure he interviewed some other great candidates, but was given the opportunity. And I mean, this will be it. I'm not, looking to do anything else anywhere else. This is my home. So just
Yeah.
glad to be here.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's working out fantastically. And I'll tell you what, just for the people out there, I love Frankenmuth. Everybody loves Frankenmuth, right? It's like Disneyland here in Michigan, right? Everybody just loves going there and spending time there, enjoying, whatever it is that the particular season is offering the people to visit. What is it like to live in that community?
Kind of two phases here, Lauren. Is I think last night, we have a 2-hour bus ride, a 2-hour drive for spectators to come to a game in Gaylord,
Yeah.
at 5 o'clock, right? So they got out of school at 2:40. They're getting in a car. They're gone. We had so much support last night. I mean, for a girls basketball program, which sometimes can be,
Right.
unheard of, and our community came out and supported us. And that's really what, I mean, Frankenmuth has been blessed. You mentioned football previously, to have some success in athletics, a lot of different athletics.
Yeah.
But none of this community takes it for granted. So in terms of the tourist part of the town,
Yeah.
we try to avoid it. We know the back roads, we know how to go around.
Right.
But it's great. I mean, you do get spoiled living here.
Yeah.
Great community. I mean, we had one large organization donate money yesterday for our bus, for our team, and
that's
other 4 other businesses in the community. I mean, larger ones that like you're thinking of, that donated some money for a spectator bus, for a chartered bus. So just lots of love and support for the Lady Eagles.
That's awesome. That's great. We're talking with Joe Jacobs, head coach at Frankenmuth, the girls basketball team, getting ready for the state semifinals in Division II. Friday night, 5:30 p.m. You've got Goodrich in front of you. Solid program. They are who is what's standing in your way of reaching the championship game. What do you know about them?
Yeah, very well coached. I mean, Jason Gray, has been around the block. He's done a fabulous job there. He's, one of the best coaches in the state. He does a remarkable job. They're a dribble drive offense. We run a matchup zone, so something doesn't give. There's something's got to give there, but they shoot the ball really well. They can play 7, 8, 9 girls at a time, full court pressure. Their record speaks for itself. They play in a tough conference. They lost 3 times. 2 of them are pretty close to Lake Fenton, who was ranked, which is crazy. They played them 4 times this season. And the last time they beat them at the buzzer in the district final. So again, very well coached team. And I talked to Jason on the bus ride home last night. Just we had texted each other earlier in the week saying we hope to see each other on Friday, and our wishes kind of came true. So more so than being excited to be to the Breslin Center, as these girls have essentially 3 days left, 4 days left of their season, some of them in their career. So we don't want that to just be enough. We want to work hard today and tomorrow and enjoy the experience. But you know what? It's yesterday we carried a briefcase out. I try to find little nuggets to kind of make the girls smile and laugh, because they do laugh at me.
Yes.
But we carried a briefcase onto the charter bus. It's a business trip, right? So, we don't want to be just content. They're going to think about this as well as I will for the rest of our life, and how do you want to write that narrative? So, we're looking forward to the challenge and Goodrich, and we hope to give them a game.
And how do you keep them, because this is such an exciting opportunity, and you don't know it until you walk out on that court and you see the stands. Everything feels like it's right on top of you. The depth perception is a little different there. How do you just keep them grounded, focus on the task at hand? Or is that just something your leaders do naturally?
Yeah, I think it's tough, right? None of them have played on the on the Breslin floor or in the Breslin Center for that matter. We do have 3 or 4 girls, 4 or 5 girls that play competitive AAU basketball, right? So they've played under some bright lights, maybe not quite this bright or this much at stake. So it's difficult, and it will be difficult for Goodrich as well too. And that's what the girls have to understand is we're not the only ones that are new to this. They've been there, 2015, but none of these kids on that team have been there, right? So, advantage Jason Gray, he's been there, I haven't, but in terms of both teams are going through the same. So who gets over that first hurdle of nerves, right, is important in a game that we hope to be tight. And so again, we can't really prepare for that, Lauren. It's difficult. We talked about maybe going over to Saginaw Valley and trying to practice, but at the end of the day, we have a short turnaround. It's not like football where the football team could go and practice because you have a week. At this point of the season, 26, 27 games in is we're going to keep things the same. We're not going to try to overdo it the next couple of days. We got home late last night, 10 o'clock. The kids are back up at school at 7:30 a.m. We're at practice at 3. You kind of get a little bit worn out, but it's all worth it.
It is.
Especially if you put your best foot forward. So that's our goal.
And you know what's worth it? Your Eagle community is going to come out strong. At 5:30 p.m. on a Friday night, they're all going to be there, and that's just going to help lift you guys to wherever you need to go. So, I want to congratulate you. And I always kind of end these conversations with the association itself, BCAM. And, what are your thoughts on what the association means? Because they really do focus, on both sides in making sure that this fraternity is, regardless, the coaches group is a tight-knit group, one that you guys can rely on each other.
Yeah, BCAM is an awesome thing, right? So, ironically, Jason Gray and I, sat down in the BCAM clinic this year and talked quite a bit. And ironically, again, that, we're going to, sit at the Breslin Center at 5:30 on Friday night. So, another one was Al DeMott. So, Al's a legendary coach. So us 3 sat there and talked, and, it's crazy just to think that we're in this situation. But BCAM is a tremendous organization. Fortunately, I'm a regional director for BCAM. For Region 12, so the Saginaw Valley area. So it's a great organization that's run very well. And they're here for the kids and for the schools and in the communities too as well. But I love it. I love the coaching clinics they put on every year. You can't be a stubborn coach, and you got to learn. And they bring some of the best coaches in from the country, and it's just a very well run organization.
Fantastic, Coach Jacobs. Good luck this weekend. Congratulations to all that you guys have achieved so far, because this really is an achievement, regardless of what happens Friday. You're going to play your hearts out, and you guys are going to have a great time doing it. And who knows? We'll be watching, that is for sure. Thank you so much for taking some time.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.